Hold on. The Faux Brits, we've been back. Yo, we've been trying to do this whole episode thing every time we sign someone, but like at the rate that we're going at, we're not going to sign anyone.
Even sell. We'll take a sell. We'll take a
Nah,
sell. We'll take
yeah,
a
yeah,
sell.
we'll take a sell. We'll take a cheeky sell, but like it's been dead. It's like the 4th of July, and like we haven't like bro, that's 3 whole days of a transfer market. Like we should have had like 6 players in and 6 players out by that point.
I'm telling you. I mean, listen. You texted me like a week ago, and you were like, you weren't freaking out, but you were like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, why is there nothing popping right now?" And in perfect faux Brits fashion, I
Bro,
kept my
honestly,
cool.
honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. The only reason I was bugging is because AC Milan and like fair enough, AC Milan or AC Milan, but they're signing players left and right. I don't care who they're signing, but they're getting business done. Like Wagwan, bro. We're Manchester United. How can we not sign like Hakan Kalahanoglu? Like man's fire in it.
How long did you practice to say his name? Don't lie.
Literally took me at least I want to say 4 tries before I got it right.
That's fair. That's actually pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and
Um,
like it's just dumb. It's I'm Snacks, and this is young Eameswell,
yeah.
Senor Eames.
Thanks you. Um,
Hair teams.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I'm trying to keep my cool in perfect faux Brits fashion. The way I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, like honestly, until July 5th, July 6th max, but July 5th is my date. There's no reason for me to really be like freaking out over transfers, right? Like, we're good, we're fine. But then once, like, because preseason starts, when are they coming to the States? July 9th or 8th?
The ninth.
Let's just say the 9th. If they don't have someone signed by the 8th, then whoever it is just like not gonna have a normal preseason. Like they might sign someone on the 10th. They come into the U.S. cool, but like just the fact that you didn't reach that July 8th date, you messed up. You messed up, right? It might not be that big of a mess up because if you sign someone by the 10th, then it not a big deal, whatever. But you failed, right? You had deadlines and you didn't reach your deadlines. You failed. Ed Woodward is in flippin' New Zealand watching rugby. You have a job, Ed Woodward. I can't go to New Zealand and watch rugby and leave my job. I can't do that. Why can you do that, Snacks? Can you leave your job, go to New Zealand to watch rugby?
Okay, I could because I don't really work a big boy job, but like I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I mean, you don't need to physically be somewhere to do your job. He can just pick up a laptop, a phone, do his job cool. But like, it shows a lack of urgency, right? Like if he's somewhere else playing his games, while every day I wake up, I go on Twitter, and all I see is Juan Lopez, Morata's agent, is walking into the Bernabeu to complete the. Bro, go away. What's up with the transfers? Like, flipping everything is a rumor, everything's a transfer. Morata cuts his what's it called? Flipping honeymoon short because he's back in Madrid to close it. How many times have we signed Morata this summer? Have we signed him like legit 4 times minimum? You know what I mean? Like, either you want him or you don't, bro. Get it done, right? Like, and from what I understood with the Morata situation is, I've been looking into it, looking into like sources, what people are saying, and what it is from what I get, this isn't fact. Um, like I've definitely mentioned this to you before, but just so the viewers know. So allegedly, Belotti was our number one option. Mourinho wanted Belotti. Belotti was his number one guy. Edward Word, whoever it was, went up to Torino, was like, give me Belotti. Torino straight away, here's his buyout clause, you want him, you pay it. Edward Word was having none of it, didn't want to pay the money, he jumped to plan B. Why are they hesitating on plan B, Morato? I don't know. That's as far as I got. I know you mentioned you're more of a Belotti guy.
Yeah, I mean Belotti. Let's. I mentioned this was a couple weeks ago now, so I'll remind everyone. Like the reason I like Belotti better is because Belotti started. Like he's a consistent starter. Fair enough, it's Torino and the freaking Serie A. Like there's a big difference between Torino and Real Madrid. But like, fact of the matter is like Belotti was the number one option, and like you can make an argument between Benzema and Morata. Like they're both really good players, and like the fact that Morata played so few games just kind of shows like even at Juve when there wasn't even like a undisputed starter while he was there, he still wasn't like he wasn't the guy.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's nothing wrong with Morata.
Yeah.
I'll take him.
I want him. Yeah, I want him.
Yeah, I'll take him, but like I would definitely rather have Belotti. And I think the reason why we haven't signed Morata yet is because like, all right, if we were gonna spend like the whole thing is like, all right, if my number one option was 100 mil, why would I spend 70 or 80 mil on my number two option?
80. Yeah, exactly. When you can,
Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like if I'm sending a number two option, like I'm not saying this specifically for me. I'm thinking in Ed Woodward's mind. If
exactly,
I'm thinking a number two option, I'm going to sign it for like no more than 60 million.
exactly.
No more than 60 million.
And that's, I think, what the situation is. And you never know. Like, we could drop this episode tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, whatever, and Morata could be signed. Or we could drop the episode, and then within a month, we could refilm this exact same episode and literally say these exact same words, right? Because it doesn't look like this is ever going to end. Today, there were talks that Wayne Rooney is going to join Everton. Again, nothing like concrete at all. Legit, just pure speculation. People are just saying words. They're saying Everton's going to pick up Rooney for free and just cover his wages. They're saying they're going to pick up Giroud as well, which makes you think they're going to sell Lukaku, obviously. The Faux Brits have said this before. Lukaku, not a friend of the show. I mean, if we get him, obviously the bias switch goes on and he's amazing. But like as of right now, not really a friend of the show.
Even if we sign him, I'm not gonna be like it's gonna be like when we signed Mourinho. I wasn't like, oh Mourinho, like we're gonna win the treble, we're gonna win the league. I was like, all right, like we got Mourinho sick, like okay, like
Give him a chance.
Like I'm setting the bar like high because Lukaku was like what second in the league in scoring last season.
Yeah.
And like you think about it, like all right, you have this guy who's supposed to be this like six striker, 6'9", and I'm expecting him to like blow me out of the water because like there's like the way that we're set up, like especially like with Zlatan last season scoring 28 when he played, it's everything is made for him to score. If he doesn't score at least 30 goals next season in the league alone, then like in my eyes he could be a disappointment.
And not only that, but I just want to see some hustle. You know what I mean? I want to see the guy sweat and run and like, you know, fight for the badge. You know, like I know it's like cliche and like players don't really do that these days, but like you see Belotti, like I didn't watch a single Torino game. Let's make that very clear. But you see Belotti in like the clips and whatnot, and he's about it, right? He's like jumping around, yelling, screaming. You know, he's about it, and that's just the type of guys I want right now. Like that's, you know what I mean? And like I mean, like you said, if we get him, sick. Preferably not, but if we get him, sick.
You can't you can't be like against the signing unless you're signing like. Unless you're sounding like Lee Cattermall, then it's like all right, like what's happening? You know what I mean? Like something of that. Like Lukaku's still like good. He's not, but like in like the way people are talk about him, I don't think he's just as good as people like rate him to be. I don't think he's worth 100 mil.
No,
there's no way. He's not. I think he's worth 50 max on like a good day.
50 because he had such a good season, and he's like young. But like, that's like, you know what I mean? That's it. Like he had a really good season. He
scored like a disgusting amount of goals like in his career, but like. I don't know. It's like there's like a type of striker that
he's one-dimensional. He's pretty one-dimensional. Like he is. He's pretty one-dimensional.
He doesn't score screamers. Like he doesn't out-dribble anybody. He literally just poaches goals. Like that's how he scores. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's
like,
what like
Lewandowski does the same thing. So it's like, but I don't know. I feel like that type of striker doesn't like work in the Premier League. Like you know what I mean?
It works for a team like Everton, right? Like. And, like, I mean, you want to compare him to someone, like, look at Harry Kane, right? Like, Harry Kane does a lot for his team, bro. He does a lot for his team. And, like, I think Harry Kane's miles better than Lukaku, right? In my opinion, like, miles better. And for me, if you could say, like, oh, any striker, any number 9 specifically, that you could sign, Harry Kane would be my guy, right? But that's just, like, wildly unrealistic. But, yeah, I mean, at this point, hopefully... By the time this drops, maybe we sign Morata. I don't know. Anything else you want to touch base on in terms of the striker situation?
I mean, like, not even like strikers, just like signings in general. Like,
well,
we've linked with him. Like, we've been linked with everyone.
Yeah, and that's the next thing I was going to ask you about. Matic, Fabinho. Like, what the hell is this all about? Like,
honestly, like, I'll be honest. Like, I don't like Matic. For me, is like. I've like really become that like okay, you can't classify someone on one season. Like you really like it's like I'll give you an example, bro. Falcao when he played for us and then he played for Chelsea was garbage, but then he went back to Monaco and he's fire all of a sudden. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not buying into the Mbappe hype. Like okay, I get it. You scored 30 goals in your first season. You're 10 years old, whatever. But like the reason why I bring that up is because like Matic when they won the title, not this past season, but the season that they won the title the first time, 2014, 2015. He was absurd. He was like
the white Yaya Toure.
He was like the N'Golo Kante this past season, but like not nearly to that extent. You know what I mean? Then that next season, he was like
Toilet.
he was like beyond bad. Mind you, let's not forget Chelsea finished in 10th after.
Everyone was bad.
Yeah, but like the thing is that Matic stood out specifically. You know what I mean? That's just me. Like besides Hazard,
The defense was bad. Everyone was bad, mate. Like really,
everyone was bad. But I think, like me personally, I think Matic just stood out because I just like set that bar for him. I was just like, all right, Matic is going to be sick. And then this past season, he was just in N'Golo Kante's shadow the entire season. Like he didn't have to do anything because N'Golo Kante was.
But he wasn't bad. He was not.
He wasn't bad. Like, and I don't think he'd be bad for us. But like, give me Fabinho 10 times over. Yeah. I think Fabinho is much better.
And like the word on the street is, I mean, from what I'm hearing, is we want both of them. But I'm sitting here, and the way I'm looking at it right now, right? Monaco, if you give them the money, you have the player, right? Like Monaco, literally straight up, pay the fee, get the player, he's yours. Chelsea with Matic, I feel like it's the exact same situation. If we want him, we just have to pay what they're asking, and he's ours, right? Like simple, right? And right now it's July 5th, July 4th. Like we're less than a week away. We're 72 hours, 48 hours away from them leaving for preseason. If we really wanted these guys, like this is it. This is the week where we just pay the money and we just get them, right? Like this is it, because like you want them to have a preseason, right? Because what's the difference between signing Matic this week for 40 million or signing him in a month for 35, 30 at best? Like if we can really drop the price, it'd be 30. Like really, you get lucky. I mean, like get it together, fam. Like sign who you need to sign, yo. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's rough. It's definitely something. I mean, there's been a weird transfer window because we've been like the past 2 seasons, we've just been getting business done like bang, bang, bang. And like Pogba was the only exception last season.
Which is fair. That was a world record fee. You know, one of the best players in the world. That's
Which doesn't
fair.
make sense. Like, why? I get Pogba's sick. Don't get it twisted. Like, Pogba is like one of the best midfielders in the world, and like, but like, if you're willing to spend 90 million on Pogba, who's again one of the like, is it really that disheartening to spend like 40 or 50 on Fabinho and then like another 60 on Morata? Like, where's the logic?
Last season, we were fire. If you want someone, pick them up, sign them, done, closed. And like we closed business well. The season before that as well, like we had signed players. We signed Darmian early. We signed Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger the day that we were leaving for the preseason. I mean, who was signed towards the end? There was someone signed towards the end of the season, but like for the most part, like we were closing business quick.
Memphis done before the season was over. Like,
exactly,
we committed.
But this season, it's throwback to Ed Woodward's very first season, where he spent all summer chasing Gareth Bale, chasing Ronaldo, chasing Neymar, and then he finished the season with Fellaini. Wasted all. And I don't have time for that. Bro, we wasted like a month on Ronaldo. What was that? Like not a month. That was like what, 2 weeks? Ronaldo's unhappy at Real Madrid because of the taxes. That was 2 weeks. It was just like people were like making stories and like making videos. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, let me live. Like we're not getting Ronaldo. Just stop it. Like go get your realistic targets. Get your guys. Go on preseason. Get ready for the next year.
I mean, at the rate that we're going at, like I feel like just asking is for before preseason is too much. It's like get someone. Just like everyone's openly coming out saying who they want. Like the Lyon president is like, yeah, Lacazette, Lacazette's going to Arsenal. Like, why can't we get that? Why can't we get someone?
But no, listen, you gotta keep this in mind though. Like this is why I wasn't also freaking out like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I mean, I look at the people that were challenging us for the Premier League, and if you go down the list, Chelsea, in my opinion, have gotten worse. Right? They haven't gotten better. They're about to lose Diego Costa. They don't really have a striker at this point. So Chelsea have gotten worse. They haven't signed anyone that I'm aware of. Right? Tottenham, have they signed anyone? And not that I'm aware of. They probably signed like maybe a couple of young randoms here. So they haven't gotten better. Man City, they signed Bernardo Silva. They signed a goalkeeper. But like Bernardo, whatever his name is he really going to like... Is he like... Are you shook? Are you really like shook that they signed Bernard Silva? You're like, yeah. You're shook. I'm not really shook.
Bro, it's like this is the situation. You have Raheem Sterling starting on the right hand side of Bernardo Silva, and Bernardo Silva is way better than Raheem Sterling.
But like, it's definitely. I'm not saying it's not a good pickup. It's a good pickup, right? But I'm not shook by it. I'm not like, oh snap, like this is it for me. Like you know what I mean? Like that's not the difference between them winning the league or not winning the league. Bernard Silva's just not.
Or their defense is still shambles.
Exactly.
So,
Like, he's just not the difference between that. And then you have, who finished fourth? Liverpool. They picked up Mohamed Salah, like, from Roma. I mean, he's trash. Like,
he's not.
He's trash. He's trash.
He's not trash.
He's not good.
He's not. He is good.
I'm not shook by that. Who else did they sign? They probably signed, like, a defender or something. Whatever. Not shook by that at all. Arsenal, they signed some defender from Schalke. Absolutely not shook. They might be signing Lacazette. Lacazette, if you signed him 3 years ago, I would be shook. 3 years ago, yeah, I'd be like, damn, like, young, up-and-coming player that's scoring a lot of goals. Bro, there's a reason Lacazette's been at Lyon for the last, like, 3 years, just marinating there, scoring his plus 20 goals, and nobody, like, even blinks an eye. Lacazette is not, like, he's going to come to the Premier League. He'll be sick, but he's not, like, I'm not shook by that, right? Like, I mean, you had Alexis Sanchez and you still finished fifth. So, like, you lose Sanchez and you replace him with Lacazette, I'm not shook. You're fine. You don't scare me. And then we got us, and, like, we signed Lindelof. In my opinion, like, I'm biased, obviously, but in my opinion, out of the no moves that have been made, our move is the best move.
I guess. I mean,
That's not saying much.
We fill a need. We fill a need, but, like, that's still not.
That's not
like,
saying much. That's not saying much at all. That's not saying much at all.
Like, let's just, like, Zlatan's gone, right? Like, you still need, like, another.
Exactly.
You need a striker,
we
you know
have
what I
gotten worse. We have gotten worse up top. There's no denying that. But we filled a very important need. Like, we have that center back now, and we need signings. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not saying we're good or anything. I'm just saying, like, out of these pathetic moves that have happened in the top 5, top 6, whatever you want to call it, I think we have, like, made the best pickup. But we still need to make pickups. I'm not saying, like, we're good.
Oh man, like, I don't like Lindelof is sick. Like, don't like I'm hyped, but, like, bro, like that, like, just like the fact that, like, like Bernardo Silva was like to my understanding is like we wanted him. I think Bernardo Silva is sick. I think Mohamed Salah is disgusting. Like, Mohamed Salah is literally what Sadio Mane was at Southampton. And they're like, watch, he'll just be good. I'm just saying, like, this is my opinion, obviously. I mean, and I still think we definitely have potential to have the best transfer window. We signed Morata, we signed a center midfielder, and then, like, maybe we had another center midfielder, maybe another winger here or there.
Yeah.
Like for sure, we've had the best window. Like, there's no one can deny that last season we had the best transfer window, like, arguably in the history of transfer windows. You know what I mean?
Whoa, chill.
Bro, you got 3 of the biggest players from each of the league, like each of the top 3 leagues. You know what I mean? And then you got, like, one of the best, like, a player that could be one of the best defenders in the world. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm kind of expecting the same thing. Like, Lindelof reminds me a lot of the whole Bailly signing, and then, like, I'm expecting kind of like a Mkhitaryan signing, someone who was just, like, really, really good. That, like, I don't want to say Ousmane Dembele. I don't think we're gonna sign Dembele, but I'm just saying, like, someone like that, like he had a fire season, like 10 goals, 20 assists, kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? I think I'm just asking for too much. I mean, at the rate that we're going, I kind of just want. I just want to, like, know with peace of mind that, like, we have someone good up top. Like, I love Rashford, but he can't lead a line 60 plus games a season.
Bro, nobody loves Rashford more than I do. Nobody does. But you will not win the league with Rashford up top and Martial right now because, like, he's flipping 20 years old, right? And, like, you just won't. Like, you need firepower to win the league. I mean, that's just the nature of, like when Sir Alex Ferguson was winning the league, we always had 4 strikers, maybe 3. We always had, and they weren't the most breathtaking, amazing strikers in the world, but we had Rooney, Berbatov, Welbeck, Chicharito. Rooney, Chicharito, Welbeck, flipping someone else, Van Persie. Like, we had 4. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of players on that roster. Even with Van Gaal, he had Rooney. What's his name? Van Persie, Falcao. Martial didn't play with them? No, he didn't. But, you know, there was always at least 3, right? Like, you have to have, like, 2, 3. You can't win the league with one 20-year-old. And, like, I want to be proper challenging for the league next year. Like, up there. So, give me that striker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we need a striker.
Yeah.
I mean, at the rate that we're going at, like, I don't really like any... other than Belotti, I don't like any of the other options out there. Like, I would rather have someone who's like 40, like 30, 40 mil.
Mandzukic.
Someone like Mario Mandzukic, something like that. Like, those are like that. Like, that way it's like, all right, Rashford's going to get his time. This guy's going to get his time. You know what I mean? Get someone who's like 30 years old. Like, I'm down.
Mandzukic. Cheeky Benzema's getting old.
Yeah, Then yeah, but that's never gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen. But he's getting old. I mean, you have old guys around the league that you can definitely pick up. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully this episode cooks for a little bit before like we sign someone. Mad awkward if we sign someone tomorrow and we just look like a bunch of idiots out here just.
Yeah, rumor has it we're supposed to sign freaking Morata on Thursday, but that's not gonna happen. Like it literally said on Thursday they're gonna announce him, and it's like sick.
Like last Thursday they announced him too, right? Like they, yeah. All right, bro. Yeah. Any shout outs, final words? No.
I don't know. Like it's been the minute. Shout out to everybody who came back and watched.
Shout outs to you. It's been a minute. I mean, we're trying, bro. When we have something
to
talk about.
Magically, there are any signings while in the next couple weeks. I want to have Eames take care of that because man's going to be out there in LA. So
safe travels, bro.
I'll be lit. I'm excited. So yeah.
Peace out. Roll safe. Thanks for watching.
Oh.